Okay, so we work together. I own an event rental company, and you are event rental planner. But you also have to deal with other vendors, probably like caterers and florists, and
Oh
I
yeah.
can't think of. So how do you like deal with vendors?
Well, a huge part of my business is the coordination end of things. So when you're the coordinator, I mean, a lot of people think event planning, they think decorating, which, yeah, that's huge. But coordinating is also a lot of what I do. And that's being right on site at the wedding. And that's where I'm dealing with vendors. I'm taking in when the DJ arrives, where do I set up? When the cake arrives, where does that go? The caterer has to have a special meal at a certain table for a vegetarian. I'm making sure that that's in order. I'm dealing with the venue directly, the people that own the place. What time can we get in? What time can we get out? Rental places, what time do they get in? What time can we pick up and break down? And florists, I tell my clients that I'm your point person. So make sure you tell your DJ, your florist, your cake person, ask for Angela when they get there. I don't want anybody asking for you. Nobody should be bothering you on your wedding day. So all day I'm dealing with everyone.
Right. Now, coming from my perspective, I'm going to tell all you people out there watching that might want to start a event planning business. I've dealt with a lot of event planners, and Angela is really the only one that I like. There's planning in the name. And most of these people, like you said, they're just focused on the decorating. Ooh, it's going to look pretty at the end. But you're forgetting about all the logistics beforehand. Yeah. Me as a rental company, if I'm going to be the vendor for the thing, number one, I want the deposit. And Angela always comes in and pays the deposit. Some of them don't pay the deposit, and then something changes. And then I was out those 200 chairs that someone else could have had or something, so number one, I want the deposit. Number two, I have an event rental company, but I have nothing to do with the event. My business is material handling and logistics. I just need to know when I'm supposed to be somewhere. If there's some sort of difficult thing with the delivery, like if there's like one elevator up to the third floor and you got to go down this hallway, the event coordinator should be able to tell me that ahead of time so I can charge appropriately for moving that equipment around. Also, if it is going to be like you need to pick up at midnight, I don't want to find that out the day I deliver. I want to find that out ahead of time, because then I got to find some guy to stay really late, who's then I'm not going to have the next day, and I got to charge appropriately for that in order to replace him. So it's not just the decorating when you guys are getting into this. It is all that logistical planning and telling that to everyone involved, because you're going to burn your bridges with vendors if you're just difficult.
Yep.
And so remember that. Remember, it's just in your name, event planner. Just plan and share that information.
Oh yeah, you don't want to burn bridges with vendors, because these are people that you're going to see regularly. And we all have to, we're all on the same side. We all work together, and we all, we have to be there for each other. So if things are going good for me, they're going good for you. If the chairs aren't there on time, that looks bad on me. So I make sure that time and everything makes sense, and it all works together to make the event run smoothly. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, who or what vendor did what or whatever they did, as long as at the end of the day, the event went smoothly. We all work together to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. And again, Angela is like one of the only event planners that I like working with.
Thanks, Adam.
The other ones, they're not necessarily burning bridges. They're just being super, super difficult and not communicative. And you see them come and go, and they're gone real fast. Another thing on coming from the vendor side, if you're starting this event rental business, Don't go right into, I keep saying event rental. If you're starting an event planning business, don't come into a company like me and immediately ask for a discount, because we see you guys come and go, and you're not going to be there in a few months and we're giving you a discount. You got to build it up a little bit. We got to know that you're going to exist for a little while before we start being like, oh yeah, we'll give you a discount. I learned that like my first few years, a bunch of people came in, oh, we're going to do so much business with you. And then they don't. And also, don't think that you are the event rental company or the DJ company's like biggest customer. That's a huge mistake. Like, I get some event planners getting mad at me, like, you're not giving me a big enough discount and we do so much business with you. And it's really like, then we go on the computer and it's like, oh, you've only done $3,000 with us over 10 years or over like 3 years. I have this other dude who does 30,000 a month. Like, no, don't think you're like the biggest, most important person. And just try not to be difficult, and then your vendors will want to work with you. Just don't be difficult. Give them all the information.
Right. I always look at things like the way I am with any place in the wedding business. I always think, if somebody was to come to this person and say, what do you think of Angela's events? I want that person to say, oh, she's great. It's a great business. We love working with her. We love having her here. So that's how I treat other people and other vendors in the business. How would I want them to recommend me? What would I want them to say about me? And that's how I think about it.
Right. All right. So let's get into some of the business side of it. Like, so how do you market your event planning business?
Right now, it's a lot of social media. That was how it started. It's still really the way that I go a lot. As far as other marketing, I was doing and still will do, hopefully, when things get a little more normal, vendor shows. I love doing booths at the wedding shows. I am in a couple local bridal like catalogs. Word of mouth is huge. Like I said, not just from other brides, because that's huge, but from the vendors. If, it's part of all that relationship building. You want people, especially when they walk into a venue and they've booked their place and they say, oh, we want some draping. Who would you recommend? You want the venue to recommend you. So that all kind of ties into that relationship.
Right. So the venue is probably one of your most important relationships, because you're going to be there over and over again.
Yeah.